Now, Rick Santorum famously said back in 2003 that he was not for gay marriage and that he was not for even honestly other gay rights. At the time, the Supreme Court was ruling on whether gay people even had the right to have sex with one another. Isn't that amazing? Like we used to bust into people's homes here. Literally happened in Texas in the case that actually reversed the law in Texas and in many parts of the U.S. We used to bust into people's homes. Are you having gay sex? That's it, you're under arrest. Isn't that unbelievable? That wasn't 50, 60 years ago. That civil rights movement wasn't from a long time ago. That was as recently as 2003. And at the time when Rick Santorum was asked about it, he said, in every society, the definition of marriage has not ever, to my knowledge, included homosexuality. It's not to pick on homosexuality. It's not, you know, man on child, man on dog, or whatever the case may be. No, that would be to pick on homosexuality. He said it as if he's not discriminating against gays. He's like, look, man, I also am against man on dog. Oh, are you not merciful? Oh, I didn't know that. So you think that you know, you wouldn't allow men to have sex with dogs and you wouldn't allow men to have sex with men. So you're not discriminating. That doesn't sound that good, does it? It seems like you're comparing gay people to dogs. That became a famous comment, and he got a lot of heat for that, but he never wavered on that position. Once a hateful bigot, always a hateful bigot. In fact, he was recently asked about it now that the Supreme Court ruled on the issue of gay marriage itself. And here's what he had to say.
The point you made in that interview was that if gay marriage is legal, then that opens the door for things like polygamy to be legal.
What I said is that if you have the right to consensual sexual activity, and that was the issue, then it opens the door to a variety of different things. And
does this ruling do that?
I think there's no question. Well, this ruling did it. I mean, this really followed up with what I said would happen if the Supreme Court ruled the way it did. And the Supreme Court has followed their line of reasoning that I identified at very early on, that if consensual sexual activity is a constitutional right, then we have to it leads logically in the court's, as you saw in the court's opinion, that all things that all other rights come with that.
So the next step is legal polygamy. Is that right?
I don't know. I mean, that's up for the court to decide, but I don't see a legal basis that they would, based on the decisions they've made, that would argue against that.
He's almost gloating about it. He said, this is what I told you would happen, and it happened. They've opened the door. Really? Men are fucking dogs? That memo did not arrive at my desk. I did not realize that was happening. I would be against that. You see, he talks about consensual sex. Who asked the dog? See, this is a classic mistake they've always made and have never cared about making. Man on child is not consensual. Man on animals is not consensual. But you just lump it in there with gay sex, which is consensual, gay marriage, which is consensual, and you go, oh yeah, you see how you opened the door there, now because of the Supreme Court, I was right all along. Where's Rover? Bend over, Rover, I'm coming. I'm Rick Santorum, right? So, Rick, I don't know why you're so obsessed with having sex with dogs, why that keeps coming into your head, and now you're feel like triumphant about it, like, I told you, man, I told you. Doggone it, I was right. Hot dog! I can't believe I nailed that. Probably literally. I know. Every dog's got to have his day. And he's thinking, give that dog a bone. Thank you, finally. Okay. But Rick, this is about consensual sex and consensual marriage. So there's not time for you to gloat about I told you, man, I told you. You didn't tell me anything, okay? You're wrong then and you're wrong now, and you're incredibly offensive when you compare human beings to canines and to pedophiles. And you've never understood that, and that's why you're a bad guy.